Okay, friends, it's a great pleasure to be participating in a conference like this. This takes you, for example, I have been actively involved in research, but having thought of the kind of problems, kind of questions which are being asked in this particular, conference, I am, you may say that not really one who has been working or who has been a kind of, follower on these type of problems. However, this session is, what is mathematics? Let us see, whatever we say, we talk what we know about, or what are our doubts or questions or methods and all that. But what is mathematics? It still remains. And I recall there is a shlok by 9th century mathematician Mahaviracharya. Some of you may have read his work and all that. And he said, Bahubir pralape kim. In Sanskrit, pralap means that you get restless and complain and, worried about and all that. Bahubir. Why do too much of the, getting upset on things that you are not able to handle? Bahubir pralape kim. Trailokya. In our, tradition, we consider that there are 3 lokas. So you may be on one loka, which we consider the present life, the human life or other animal lives which are here are on one particular loka, and then there is a Swarga and there is a Narak and all that, the 3 lokas. So even after death, even before the birth, you may be in some stage, in some particular loka, in some particular, thing. So Bahubir pralape kim trailokya. And Sacharachare. There you may be a person who is the life, who is movable or is inert. So Trailokya Sacharachare, and then Yad Kinchit Vastu. If there is something in this particular wider world of three, kind of, let's say, what we call the, if yad kinchita vastu trailokya se ganitendra bina nahi. Anything which you find in the 3 worlds is amongst the moving objects or among the inner objects in the 3 worlds. If you have not, there is nothing in the world which will not have its mathematics. So the only thing is that mathematics is a big resolution of any kind of problem with anything which may exist in the 3 worlds, and that way spirituality automatically becomes a part of the study of mathematics, because there may be a problem that we have seen already, and the other part that way is, so mathematics is such any kind of a problem, not only for this world, for the other 2 worlds also, and for whatever kind of things you face and you are not able to solve, you have not done its proper mathematics. That's what this particular shloka of 9th century means. Of course, today we are realizing that with more of technology coming and the advancements which are making it the information world, actually information theory has been my major area of activity right from the time it picked up fast, and that way that's more of my area of publications and research and my PhD students and all that. So I know how it has grown and how it has gone and all that. The actual problem which we are going to talk today, my title, Meta-Mathematics, Logicism, Intuitionism and Formalism in Mathematics, which ultimately goes to talk about the perspectives in foundations of mathematics. I think, has very largely been covered. It was very beautifully covered, and I was talking to our Varunji that, look, you have covered all these topics very well. And thereafter, Professor Jolta also has gone much beyond and all that and all that. So I was a little, thinking that, look, what I may be presenting may be my way of simply putting things in a certain fashion, but the topics have been well covered. But let me begin something as we do. All right, so let's go to the next. Oh, should I go or what is the system? आप करेंगे? Oh, okay. अच्छा, कैसे करेंगे? Okay, all right. अच्छा, okay, all right. Thank you. This is okay. Mathematics. It is the study of mathematics itself, the meta-mathematics. It is the study of mathematics itself. Using mathematical methods, the study produces meta-theories, which are mathematical theories about the mathematical theories. Emphasis on mathematics goes to Hilbert's attempt to secure the foundations of mathematics in the early part of 20th century. Meta-mathematics provides a rigorous mathematical technique for investigating a great variety of foundation problems for mathematics. So, friends, when we talk of meta-mathematics, this is what it is. The word was picked up by, I'm sorry, I may not have. Okay. And the three topics which I have chosen, logicism, intuitionism and formalism, and that way we go to the quest for foundations of mathematics. The problems, how does it arise? It arises because there are classical problems and there are other problems which are defying solutions. Paradoxes, we already learned about paradoxes. The fundamental questions on the soundness of foundations of mathematics. And some of the things which, as a diagnosis, we go to lack of systematic approach. Mathematics probably is not systematically approached, and that can probably find one of the reasons for this. Lack of rigor in defining concepts. And the third thing that I find is imprecise language, mainly natural language, being a little, not that perfect in representing the mathematical ideas. So these are some of the things of my structure of presentation. Okay, what are some of the remedies? Systematic approach may be considered. Mathematics may be considered as a system. Axiomatic approach, which is already considered for foundations. Number system and geometry example. Precise symbolic formal language to define concepts. So language is another area where we can do a little improvement in improving the foundations or the problems which are arising in this. Symbolic language, I think the best example that we have on symbolic language perfect is that of Panini's Ashtadhyayi, earliest example of formalism, and so far one of the best that we know. And I'm sorry. Okay. I'm not able to handle it so well. Okay. So I was talking about Panini. Anyway, the things that will come.
Next I'll do.
Acha, okay. So I said that there are certain problems. Some of the outstanding problem was the squaring of the circle, which was proved impossible by Ferdinand von Lindermann in 1882. Doubling the cube, which was proved impossible by Per Wenzel in 1837, trisecting the angle proved impossible by Per Wenzel in this. Okay, let's go to the next. Some of the recent ones, Fermat's last theorem, we know that the first successful proof was released in 1994 by Andrew Wiles, running into 100 pages and using advanced level of mathematics from different branches. Four-color problem, which was first proposed by Francis Guthrie, comparatively recently in 1852. It was proved in 1976 by Appel and Haken. And I remember that in 1976, when I went to USA for the first time from India, I found that on the envelopes, this was almost written, the four letters, the four colors suffice. This was such a great thing, felt by the whole, the humanity, that four colors suffice. So that was a letter on the envelopes and all that. So this is there. Questions of paradoxes. Zenon's paradox. We all know there are about 10, 12 of them. And they are very simple, and one laughs as to why such kind of things came. And this was resolved. This was resolved, in fact, by the limiting idea, which in our Indian school, Kerala School of Astronomy and Mathematics, in 1314 to 14, this by Madhava, he was the person who proceeded in defining the idea of what is the concept of limit, which was later on in 14th century was found by Cauchy as such. So these somehow the two problems that came up is Laird's paradox, logically a problem. Mr. X says, I was already quoted, in the last presentation, I am telling lies. If you take it right, you go to take it false. If you take it false, then in that case you turn out to be right. So naturally, logically, this creates a problem, and I think there is yet somehow this has got to be resolved further and all that. So what is true and what is false, there is a contradiction here that we see immediately. Then comes about the fifth postulate, which was, of course, a very major at that time, or even today, it may be considered to one of the very major kind of breakthrough that you try to find, the changes, make changes in the fifth postulate. First, of course, there was an attempt to see if the first postulate could be derived from other four postulates. But once that was established, then in that case, it was found that you can change it, and there was a generalization, very strong generalization of two types of the, Lepchovsky's was one, and then the other method was there. So this is how it came later on. After this fifth postulate, this greatly encouraged, some of the what we call meta-mathematical approaches and all that. Now, the question is to see the inner kind of difficulties. Look at the very simple idea that there is a point xy, and there is a point x plus dx and y plus dy. And let's go a little further. So if we take please go to the next one. Okay, let's consider a very simple case, x square plus 2xy is equal to 5. Replace x by x plus dx and y plus dy and simplify. And if you, after simplification, अच्छा ठीक और oh sorry okay I'm having problem.
You want to go to the next?
Next.
Honors.
क्या करना है? ऊपर।
Where you want to go?
हाँ, earlier.
पीछे?
earlier, हाँ पीछे. नहीं, पीछे नहीं गया अभी. I should be able to. Okay, no. It's going further side. Ah, that's all right.
This is only for this button.
अच्छा, अच्छा, और ये जो कल
This one, big one, this one, middle one.
हाँ, नहीं, वो करने के लिए. Anyway, the things that we find here is x plus delta xl square twice x, and this one, and we expand it. Then in that case, you can replace x square plus twice xy plus 5 equal to 0, and then you get the relation that twice x dx plus twice y dy and all that equal to 0. Ultimately, this gives the value of dy dx equal to 0 on taking delta x square equal to 0 and delta y square equal to 0. Something which you did not consider 0 in the beginning, but ultimately if you were to ordinarily differentiate it, this is what the result you would have got. Dy dx is equal to minus x plus y over x. This would have been. Now by actually proceeding with the concept that you replace x plus y, x plus delta x and y plus y delta y, you will not get that result unless you take delta x square equal to 0 and delta y square equal to 0. So there is something which mathematically at one stage you are considering different from 0, at other stage you are considering it equal to 0, not 0 or 0. So that way there is for this kind of a thing, there is in mathematics, within mathematics, the approach has a little lacuna that delta xy square equal to 0 and delta xy equal to 0 is considered. I'm really sorry to not able to handle it well. So the small quantities delta x and delta y were called infinitesimals or differentials by them. Even Newton and Leibniz were aware of the problem, but Bishop George Berkeley in 1734 essay entitled The Analyst, subtitled A Course Discourse in Infidel Mathematics, he called it, mathematics right. And what we are, these infinitesimals, they are neither finite quantities, nor quantities infinitely small, nor yet nothing. Maybe we can call them ghosts of departed quantities. By virtue of a twofold mistake, you arrive, though not at a science, yet at a truth. So you are not approaching, consistently, and you are finding the difference when you consider things like this. So by virtue of a twofold, actually Bishop apprehended that successful application of calculus to science will reduce pupils' faith in God. He went to saying that this will reduce to faith of God, but anyway, this objection was justified. I'm sorry, I am. Okay, all right. Diagnostic. Latest, by beginning of 19th century, the issues discussed up to now made mathematicians search more seriously for the reasons for the problematic situations. It was found mathematics lacks systematic approach, rigor in defining the concepts and descriptions of procedures for solution of problems, precise language, mathematics being communicated and practiced by natural language like English creates problem. This was the other part which was there. कहीं हम गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं.
No, because the system is here. We have to show this.
हैं?
You give to him and tell previous or next.
Okay, all right. All right. Remedial measures it was discussed that various branches of mathematics, for example, probability theory, analytic and projective geometries, infinitesimal calculus, mathematical analysis, modern algebra, non-Euclidean geometry, etc., each have apparently its own individual concepts and methods. And methods, hold on. Yeah, let's go back. And methods and tools, approaches of the hardly appearing to be constituents of a single unified discipline. So it was not a unified discipline. Only as a system we can talk of coherence, logical consistency, redundancy, compactness and completeness of a mathematical theory of body of mathematical knowledge. So this is how remedial idea was developed and all that and all that. Yes, please, now go to the next. Yeah, we can go to the next, yeah. In order to make mathematics a coherent whole, it was decided to treat natural numbers and later set and some concepts of geometry like point and line as fundamental. What are the fundamental things that was initially considered? Also, it was found that axiomatic approach appropriate for sound foundation of mathematics. Yes, please. And remedial measures, natural numbers process was started by Grassmann in 1860, Peirce in 1881, and Dedekind in 1888. They proposed axiomatic system for natural numbers. Then Peano followed and published the simplified version of these axioms. So this is another approach to correct and all that. For geometries, axiom system was proposed amongst others by Pach, by Hilbert. For Euclidean geometry, Student Veblen, and each other significant contribution to approximation of projective geometry. Zermelo, Franklin, and Scombe proposed axioms for set theory. So there came a field that everything you want to define may be best put in terms of the axioms. Yes, please. Now, consider the most serious problems of the ills of mathematics was diagnosed as the use of natural language. And how to consider this? Consider two newspaper reports. Look at them. Harsh Rawat, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, speaks so sweetly, but the word sweet is not in the same, it hasn't got the same meaning. So sweet ultimately may be inference as if he becomes diabetic. In the next sentence, look at it. This was reported in Hindustan Times about the weather of the previous day. It was Friday. Now, fry is interpreted as one very hot. And in that sense, 44.7 degree, so the language, the use of the language can create a problem, and these are some of the examples which are reported in the paper as such. Okay. Here are some quotations. A diplomat is someone who can tell you to go to hell in such a way that you will look forward to the trip. Very, the language is a game becoming and all that and all that. Do not argue with an idiot. He will drag you down to his level and beat you up with his idiotic experience. Light, the third one probably you will enjoy more. Light travels faster than sound. This is a very simple physical law. This is why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. Because their sound will come later, the light comes earlier, and therefore they may look like that. So there are certain ambiguities or certain kind of problems which arise because of this. Of course, the natural language expresses human feelings of joy, sorrow, humor, surprise, etc. quite satisfactorily, especially through various figures of speech, idioms, metaphors, smiles, and irony. However, these figures of speech make a natural language ambiguous, vague, imprecise, and even inconsistent, and hence make a natural language unsuitable for mathematical or scientific language, where objectivity clearly consists of meaning of foremost. Yeah, please. Now, for arriving at the impracticable, impossible mathematical truth, an approach and a notation is required, which helps in defining concepts unambiguously, in making judgments or decisions correctly, and in deriving conclusions intuitively. For this purpose, a systematic approach and proper symbolic notation is required. A natural language is deficient for some of the purposes in mathematics. This led to a movement of developing artificial symbolic formal language for mathematics. And let us see, when we try to do that, what kind of problems we face. Okay? All right. Boole, in the Western world, 19th century, it was started by Boole through his law of thought, and he is said to initiate symbolic movement in the West. Cantor, on the other hand, provided new foundation for mathematics in terms of set theory. Frege, well, such an eminent person like him, though he formal language for pure thought, modeled on that of arithmetic, made a turning point in the history of logic and mathematics. Later on, Russell, Whitehead, Gödel, and among others made significant contributions in the field. Now, I am quoting here Professor C.R. Rao, one of the very eminent statisticians of the world, and myself and Professor Rao worked together for several. There was a society for which he was the president, and I was the secretary, working with him for 4 years. I just, says that on this book, which is very widely read, has a long antiquity, but not that old history. It has a short history, but it has antiquity. This is true about any one of the things, and therefore the question is that the things of the past keep on always interacting or reflecting on the present as they are. So is true of symbolism and formalism. So ultimately, this problem in India, robust symbolic systems were developed, as I told you, in around 6th century BC, which culminated in, which means the 8 chapters for remembering. How many rules are there in Ashtadhyayi? 3,959 rules. And this is in 8 chapters. But the language that you make cannot make any kind, no mistake already can be made in the language if you follow the Ashtadhyayi. So that was somehow a very, very important development in the history of what you can call a symbolic language. And I have given, yes, go to the next, please. This is somehow a little remembering of that particular figure. These concepts were used by him 2,500 years ago in his grammar. The computational power of this grammar is equivalent to that of Turing's machine formulated by Turing in 1936 and all that. So this is, I think, is still the best known, the kind of a method of 3,959 and all that. And some of the persons who are studying or teaching Sanskrit, they remember this by heart and all that. Yes, please. Let us now look a little more closely another aspect of it. Look at the 2 sentences. Ram and Mohar are hockey players. You can break it up. Ram is a hockey player and John is a hockey player. But look at the second sentence. Ram and John are friends. If you break it the same way into 2 sentences, you will say Ram is a friend, John is a friend. Is that Somebody would like to break it up? No. So what is happening here is that being friend is a binary relation which ordinarily in constructing language, etc., we may not be able to very good. But this was such an obvious case, but there will be another situation where the things may not be rightly expressed as that. Yes, please. So that way I have tried to find out some of the problems with the language and all that. In view of whatever we have discussed, there are three approaches: logicism, intuitionalism, and formalism, which have been very nicely presented earlier by two speakers. And I was a little hesitant to go into this, but Mr. Varun Agarwal, he said, well, go ahead and do something, still. Okay, let's go to that part. So these three things, logicism, and the logicism or intuition begin with the explanation of their essential idea. What I have gone into is sub-defining in some way or the other what logicism. I think you made Professor Jalto, he made a very good presentation on this particular part. So I can probably skip a few parts. Let's go to the next presentation. Yeah. Essentials of logicism. The school of logicism, which the references that we have was founded in 1884 by German mathematician Frege. The other pioneers of the logicism include the British philosopher Bertrand Russell, of course, with his teacher Whitehead, and the Italian mathematician Peano. The goal of logicism was to show that classical and mathematics is a part of logic, and which the goal is somehow what equivalent to showing that mathematics can be formulated in terms of set theory with whatever logically you put on that. Essentials of logicism: deficiencies in the problem arising out of approach. The two of the 9 ZF axioms, axiom of infinity and the choice and the axiom of choice, these two axioms are not logical. So while you thought that was bringing out the axioms, you could put logical things, but there could be kind of axioms which are not logical. Therefore, the logical thing also found difficulty in some cases, and therefore that was one situation that was observed, not logical. So logician is in establishing all the axioms of set theory as logical or tautologies. More serious fundamental problems were discovered in the form of paradoxes. So one thing is that there could be axioms which are not logical, and the other thing is that then they arose some other paradoxes. A couple of paradoxes I have put here. A number of paradoxes were reported in the very initial stages of law, including some of the pioneers of logicism. Some of these are Burle-Fortys in 1897, Cantor in 1899, Barber paradox by Russell in 1901 and 2, Richard paradox, and these are the paradoxes which arose after we tried to axiomatize things rather than go the other way. Okay. All right. Now philosophical connections. Philosophical connections, realism. Ultimately, the logician's perspective of mathematics is closely related to realism school of philosophy, which was, of course, we started with pre-Socrates time, but ultimately it was shaped by Plato. And according to Plato, all entities, this is what realism is, all the entities, for example, a house or a horse, which occur in the time-space world are copies of corresponding ideal forms of our human minds. Each entity in the time-space world is an approximate rough copy of the corresponding ideal form. Thus, the real world is the world of ideal forms, and the physical temporal world is just a copy of the real world. That's what, the realism may be defined. Yeah, please. Okay. Essentials of logicism: knowing the shortage of time, I think I can skip some of the things and all that. Let's go to logicism next. Essentials of intuitionism. According to mathematical artifacts should be constructed starting from the natural number 1 and then using the succession should be able to mentally construct number 2 and so on. By repeating it n times, we can get 1, 2, 3. Mathematics should be built up brick by brick. This process of the construction is inductive and effective, but this was not accepted widely by mathematicians in general, as you know. But this came as one of using this the development. Please, let's go to the next. Intuitionism was well covered in the presentation before. Essentials. The fundamental difference between logicism and intuition is that according to logicism, okay, all right. Short of time, so anyway, let's just read the headings and go quickly over. Differences between logicism and have defined, on the other hand, according to the body of the existing, yes, let's go. Essentials of intuitionism, another major difference between logicism and this arises due to the fact that intuitionistic definitions mathematics cannot be reduced to any other science including logic. But reduction to mathematics to logic in the principle of objective of logicism, that was the principle of this. Yeah, let's go to the next. Okay. Go essentials of, yeah. Let's go further. By the school of formalism, now we come to formalism. The school of formalism pioneered by Hilbert around 1910 had the goal of expressing any mathematical theory in terms of symbols, and there comes now to start with undefined terms like point, line, and incidence in geometry, 0, plus, or star for any number theory and all may be symbolized. Then recursively other concepts and a given axiomatic theory can be formalized. Generally, formalization is carried out in terms of first order predicate logic. Whole of mathematics should be developed like that. Yeah, take this. Essentials of formalism. Let's forget that part. Contributions. There are the various contributions to logicism. The logicism approach led to a sort of movement in mathematics on one hand to search for complete, compact, and consistent logical theories, on the other hand for axiomatization of various branches of mathematics. During this period, Principia Mathematica, that came as the very prime work, and all that, most of the conventional logical system, including propositional and first order predicate logic, were developed assuming the available knowledge is perfect. Yes, please. Contributions of logicism, it went up to a certain point, but there are some situations where we can't depend on logicism as a whole, as such. It provides contradiction-free foundation to mathematics intuition. Also, computational processes are basically intuitive, and therefore, after the arrival of the computer science and all that, institutionalism that is found more and more, basis of acceptance for that particular purpose. Paradoxes are there. Forget. I was given 1 minute, so let me. Each solution unresolved problem into solved ones. Each solution of some paradox leads to clarity, development of discipline, and the intellectual enlightenment. So paradoxes have led to some new thinking and all that. And I think I will stop here. Briefly, the exclusion of the middle that I have covered in my talk. The idea is that have we reached a stage where mathematics, all its problems, all its as a meta-mathematics, Gödel's theorem by itself, brings down the concept of the presenting any idea through some kind of the Hilbert's approach. So these are some of the problems which are still persisting. And unless we are able to resolve these problems in amicable way, the problems are widely open. And I think this group that has started, I'm very happy that in India, this particular study has been very seriously started, and people like those who are here today from abroad, they are taking interest and they are strengthening it. So I consider it to be a very positive development in the field of mathematics. And India's traditional, for example, I quoted about Panini alone, but there are other, kind of things, binary system and other kind of systems which have long time back been used, and maybe somebody who is having some kind of problems in mind and encounters that particular, presentation of the past, I think there may be new ground that may be prepared. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Budesh.